The Fields Auto Group proudly presents Huddle Up, Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks, J.P. Shadrick, John Oehser, and NFL Network analyst and former Jaguar Bucky Brooks bring you the latest on your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Everything's got to be about the future. It's got to be about tomorrow and bringing all that into focus as we, attack the season.
Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks starts right now.
Welcome in. It is Wednesday, Week 18, and it's Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks, J.P. Shadrick, John Oehser. Busy show ahead, getting ready for the de facto AFC South Championship game. We'll hear from NFL Network analyst Bucky Brooks, senior writer John Oehser in studio with me. And, of course, the AFC South title on the line, winner take all. If it's a tie, it goes to the Jags. We've got some social media questions. We've got a lot to get to today. Let's start with Trevor Lawrence today, the Jaguars quarterback. This team was 2-6 at one point. They've won 6 of the last 8 to get to 8-8, and somebody in the building saw it coming all along.
I mean, we've known that this game was coming for a while, and that this is where we wanted to be. Week 18. I mean, Coach Peterson said it a few weeks ago. He's like, I got a crystal ball. This thing's gonna come down to Week 18, and we're gonna have a shot. And we jumped on board. We believed it. We kept putting in the work, and look, we're here now. So
that's the quarterback. Full press conference available on Jaguars.com. Jaguars social media as well. From today, we welcome in John Oehser. We welcome in Bucky Brooks, and here we are, John.
That's when you're going to say. That's when you're going to pull Doug aside and say, "You didn't know. You didn't know." But to their credit, they've talked it and talked it and talked it, and never quit on it. And there was a vibe, Bucky, all along, that they believed they were closer through all this than anybody else did. And they've proven over the last 8 weeks.
Yeah, they have proven it, man. I don't know if I've ever seen a team improve as much as the Jaguars have improved over the course of the season. When you think about the way the team started their first week against the Commanders and the way that they finished last week against the Texans with an opportunity to win the division in Week 18, this team has really progressed. And I think the growth is really reflected in the way that the team talks. Doug Peterson has talked about the Jaguars having to have their own process for preparing and getting ready to play. But when you hear the players consistently talk about handling what is right in front of them, whether that's practice, whether that's the game, whatever it is. And so this team is kind of bought into that, one play at a time, one day at a time, whatever it is that Coach Peterson has been preaching in meetings, and it's paid off because you talked about it, man. You don't win 6 out of your last 8 games and put yourself in a position to win a division title without everything beginning to click. This team has a lot of confidence, and I think that bodes well for the last game.
And they've got a great bond together in that locker room. And head coach Doug Peterson earlier this week on Monday discussed that chemistry that has grown as the year has gone on.
It kind of builds over the course of the year. Every team, I mean, you guys know you go through adversity. You got the highs, lows of the season. We had that stretch in October that wasn't very good for us, but I think that builds your character, your team, and we stayed the course. We stayed, true to what we were doing, and guys do become closer. They understand each other a little bit better, and so you kind of, as you get into games like this, you know that the player next to you has your back just like you have his back, and that's where we're at with this football team, and that can carry a good ways.
Well, they've got to carry it at least one more week and get a win or a tie against the Tennessee Titans, or all that is for naught, Bucky. I mean, they'll need some help if they lose this game to backdoor as a wild card. You don't want to get to that situation. So they don't fall short all of a sudden in Week 18 against a division rival either. So you got to finish this thing.
Yeah, you got to finish the thing. But the thing that you can't do is you can't let those thoughts creep into your mind. You can't worry about, we've done all this. It would be a shame if we lose it after putting ourselves in a position to win it. You really got to focus on, this is the Tennessee Titans. This is who they're playing with. These are the plays that they like to run. This is how we need to defend those plays, or how we have to execute our offensive plays, and then go play. But the game comes down to the same things that it's always comes down to. Do you win the turnover battle? Do you avoid the penalties Do you not give up the big plays and make big plays? And then can you play a game where you don't have errors in the kicking game? You win those areas, you win the game. And so the Jaguars have to keep it really simple like that and not allow the white noise or the pressure of the moment to change the way that they prepared and played the last few weeks.
It's funny how pressure and perspective change. In late November, early December, the attitude and the approach was if they can just get in position and force that last game to be a playoff game. And so, in a sense, they've done that. For where they were at midseason, they have gotten into the playoffs, so to speak. So I think that's the approach mentally overall that they will have going into the game is it's not house money. I'm not saying that. But they've gotten into a situation where now they have a 5-game playoff. It starts on Sunday. I mean, on Saturday. And if they keep winning now, they control their destiny, and they have as good a chance as any of the other 13, 14 teams who control their destiny to go win the thing. So I don't expect. I've got a lot of questions about pressure and about handling the moment. I think Doug Peterson's been here before a lot with Philly in these late season situations. I think he knows how to handle it. And I get no sense, JP, in the locker room of being worried about the moment or it being too big for him. Or I just kind of, Bucky, I guess I'll throw it to you. This feels like 96 to me. I mean, in terms of how they've gotten here, and now you just got to go win and play. The parallels are remarkable.
Yeah, the parallels are remarkable, and have been on that 96 team. I've seen the familiarity between the team in terms of getting hot at the right time. I think the difference is, though, the personality of the head coach. Coach Coughlin was one who was a little more uptight. And so as a result, I felt like we played very uptight in that season finale against the Atlanta Falcons back then. Doug Peterson doesn't strike me as being that. And talking to him, he talked about, look, man, we're going to treat it the same. We're not going to make it bigger than what it is. You got to play the game. You still got to execute and do the same thing. And as long as he's cool and as long as he's calm and exhibits the poise, the team is going to follow the cues from him. And so I think the way he's handled everything sets the tone and sets the table for how the team is going to handle it. And so I expect them, to be at the best. They're going to be nervous by the time we kick off, but I think they will settle in. And I think his experience as a Super Bowl winner will certainly help this team calm down and play their best on Saturday night.
There's the understatement of the show. The head coach in 96 was uptight, John. How about that?
We've now learned there's a little bit of a personality difference with Doug Peterson.
How about that?
And Tom Coughlin.
Breaking news.
But I do think that's real. I mean, it's I think Doug's approach late season, I remember sort of looking at this when he got hired, looking for reasons, okay, what makes this guy a good head coach beyond play calling, whatever. And his ability to handle situations and I would say motivate, but lead players late in the season, losing Carson Wentz and going to win the Super Bowl. That was a crisis moment in Philly in December of 17, and they went and thrived. 2 more crisis moments after that. They won something like in 18 and 19 after they won the Super Bowl, like 7 of their last 8 games over those 2 seasons to make the postseason, late season rallies. To handle those moments in Philly with all the pressure on that and keep that team winning big games late, you don't do that by fluke. He can handle these moments and doesn't mind guiding a team through 1, 2, 3, 4 pressure games in a row over and over again. He's done it so far here.
Certainly has. We'll hope that string can continue for the Jaguars, of course, starting this week against Tennessee Titans, Saturday night, 8:15 kickoff. We're back in a moment. There are limited standing room only tickets on sale for the Titans-Jaguars matchup this Saturday. They're going fast. They might be gone by the time you hear this, by the way. That's how fast they're going. Visit Jaguars.com or call 904-633-2000. Packed house expected at TIAA Bank Field. We'll take a look at the Tennessee Titans when we come back. It's Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks on the Jaguars Digital Network.
You can step up to luxury now.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Whatever you're driving, you can step up to luxury now. Plus, get our Fields amenities, which include complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes.
Make this your year to step up to luxury at Fields Cadillac, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Land Rover, Jaguar, and Lexus. When it comes to the ultimate car buying experience, there's only one name that matters: Fields. And Fields matters because you matter. The Fields Auto Group, proud partners of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
At Five Star Credit Union, you inspire them to go the extra mile to meet your financial needs. That's why they offer Jaguars fans more banking options like better rates and no hidden fees. Their team is also dedicated to making the communities they serve stronger, volunteering their time and talents while donating millions to local nonprofits. Five Star Credit Union, FiveStarCU.org. Go Jags!
Thinking about your favorite whiskey or whiskey-based cocktail for this weekend's party or tailgate? Us too. While you're out shopping for supplies, don't forget to pick up a bottle of the 2022 Jaguars whiskey available at most local Jacksonville liquor stores. Not leaving the couch this weekend? No problem. You can also order a bottle online at citrusdistillersonline.com. Every bottle is made locally here in Duval.
It's really, you go back and as coaches, you always want to turn over every stone. And we went back, watched the preseason, we played them in the preseason, and just go back and you talk to, as many people as you can, and you just study the film. You go back with our scouting department. He was here for a while, so we have a good feel of what type of person he is. Right off the bat, real smart kid, handles their system well, athletic, can make the throws. So it's a challenge for us.
Did you go back to college at all with him, or did you just stick to what you could possibly play?
Well, my wife went to the University of Tennessee, so I try to stay away from that. Yeah.
That's Mike Caldwell, the defensive coordinator, on Joshua Dobbs, the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. Well, he was signed just a couple of weeks ago, and he made the start last week. There are the numbers, 20 of 39 in last week's ball game. And he is a former Jaguar in that 2019 season. When Foles was here, got hurt, Minshew mania, all that stuff. Dobbs was traded to the Jags in September of that season, right after the Foles injury, and was on the roster all year. Did not see any time in games that season for the Jags. Been a while, though, so we'll get a good up-close and personal look at what Josh Dobbs is up to. JP Shadrick, John Oehser, and Bucky Brooks is Huddle Up on a Wednesday. The Jaguars and the Titans coming up. So, Bucky, you sell out to stop the run and then make Josh Dobbs beat you? Is that your approach?
Absolutely. You absolutely make him beat you. This has to be a game where Josh Dobbs has to be the one that carries the Tennessee Titans offense. Everything is about Derrick Henry. And so you want to make sure that you stop the leading rushers and force the backup. I can't even really call him a backup quarterback. This is a guy that was signed off the street 2 weeks ago, and now he's a starting quarterback for the Titans. So let's call it what it is. He's a QB3, maybe a QB4, because remember, he was on the practice squad. You want to make this guy have to make big plays in big moments, and you don't want to make it easy for him. And so changing the picture, sending pressure, but making sure you take away the crutch, which is Derrick Henry. Make Josh Dobbs have to throw the ball 35 to 40 times and make him have to be an efficient and effective playmaker to win. If he can do it, then, man, you walk across the field, you shake his hand, you congratulate them on winning the division, but the odds suggest that he's not going to be able to handle it, particularly in his second NFL start of his career.
Yeah, I wish I had more, but I think it's as basic as that. You stop Derrick Henry and try to put Dobbs in situations in long yardage where he's not throwing when they want him to throw. That's very basic NFL stuff. You try to do that to every quarterback, but against this guy, I think it's key. I think in a sense it's good that they have a little bit of film on him from the Cowboys game. I think they have a chance to avoid that scenario and sensation we all felt against the Jets when all of a sudden they were facing a quarterback that they didn't prepare for at all. and the Jets had advantage for a little while because the Jaguars were trying to adjust to it, and it took some time. With Dobbs, there should be a pretty good plan on how they want to do it. There shouldn't be a whole lot of surprises. You wouldn't think they have a whole lot up their sleeves for it. So stop Derrick Henry and make him make plays. It's like Bucky said, I think it's as simple as that.
They do have a couple of pass catchers back around that were not around. Treylon Burks is back in the fold, but still got to get the ball to him consistently. That's the big question. He wasn't available last time out for Tennessee and back in Week 14. Let's flip it around now. The other side, the Titans defense. This is a beat-up group. There's guys all over the injury report, injured reserve, Bucky, and they're running low on fuel at the end of the season, it feels like, on defense.
Yeah, they're running low on fuel, but it's still a very talented group. As long as this group has Jeffrey Simmons up front, it's problematic because he is nearly impossible to block at the point of attack. They also have some other guys that are try-hard players that make things happen, Rashad Weaver and some of these other guys. And so it'll be a challenge despite the injuries. The one thing that you have to know going into this game, you got to throw out all the stuff that's happened before, and you really got to focus on the team that's ahead. And if you're Mike Vrabel, he sat in that locker room and said, guys, we win this game. It doesn't matter. Once you get into the postseason, no one cares what your record is. And so we have a chance to erase all the bad stuff that has happened this year. Man, they're going to be up for it. They're going to be sky high. And so it's going to take a great effort up front for the Jaguars to block them. And then it's going to take a handful of guys on the outside to be able to make plays.
Yeah, this is, in no way is this an easy task. And I've gotten emails from people over the last few weeks of, hey, John, have we got this because the Titans are losing? It's not supposed to be easy to win the division. You're not supposed to get a gimme putt on the last play of the game. So there are matchup advantages that the Jaguars can take advantage of. The Titans are beat up. Their secondary is still not where they would like it to be. It doesn't mean you're going to beat them 36-22, but it means I think Trevor Lawrence has to make some more special plays than he has the last couple of games. But overall, the matchup advantage at quarterback should be the Jaguars' matchup advantage in this game that really, really matters, and everybody else has to support that. So I expect them to go win. I think they should go win, but I don't think it's going to be, I don't think you're going to be celebrating in the third quarter like you were against Houston.
Okay. Interesting.
And then, look, John makes a great point because I think everyone has to go in with the expectation it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be a game that's going to be decided in the fourth quarter. I think the fans need to walk into the stadium expecting that. It's not going to be a party from the jump. These games are always very, very difficult when it comes to winning it because the division is hard to win, and it will be hard to come. So you got to remember, the Titans have won the division the last couple of years. They know what it's like to hang the banner. They know what it's like to win. And so the hardest person to knock out is the champ. And so the Jaguars have to come in with the might mentality to knock him out. But if it comes down to it, it typically comes down to quarterback play. I'll take my chances with Trevor Lawrence versus Josh Dobbs.
We'll come back in a moment. Social media questions. It's been a busy week already, and it's only Wednesday on Jaguars social media, at least. There's no better time to become a Daily's Place Blue member than right now. Enjoy the best live music around with access to the best seats and amenities, premium parking, and more. Reserve your spot for the 2023 Daily's Place season right now. Email ticketing at boldevents.com or call 904-633-2000. This is Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks on the Jaguars Digital Network.
You can step up to luxury now.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Whatever you're driving, you can step up to luxury now. Plus, get our Fields amenities, which include complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes.
Make this your year to step up to luxury at Fields Cadillac, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Land Rover, Jaguar, and Lexus. When it comes to the ultimate car buying experience, there's only one name that matters: Fields. And Fields matters because you matter. The Fields Auto Group, proud partners of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Your hometown gate now has more ways to save. Introducing My Gate Rewards, a new loyalty program with member-exclusive savings and fuel discounts. Earn points on in-store purchases, take advantage of special offers, and save on products you love. Score free coffee, fountain drinks, pizza, and soft serve with Gates Frequent Shopper Clubs. Then use your points on savings at the pump. Download the My Gate Rewards app in the App Store today or ask a store associate for more information. Go from good to Gate.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe. One taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
We're assuming all those guys are going to be healthy. We'd rather go into this thing assuming everybody's going to make it. They've obviously been dealing with the injury bug. Sat some guys that we're probably trying to get recovered versus Dallas. But we're assuming that their best are going to be available at all times. And, it is a very tough front to play against. They're tough, they're physical, they're big, they're strong. They've done a great job really against everybody they've played in terms of stopping the run. They just present matchup issues in terms of who they are and the way they play, the structure they play for.
That is Press Taylor, Jaguars offensive coordinator, discussing the Titans defense and their injury issues. Welcome back. It's Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks, JP Shadrick, John Oehser alongside the Jaguars host the Tennessee Titans Saturday, 8:15 p.m. ABC and ESPN television. The Monday Night Football crew is here. That means Buck and Aikman and Salters on the sideline, and it should be a fantastic scene. Sold-out crowd. Not yet. Real close. Only limited tickets remaining. So you better get them quick if you don't have them already for a winner-take-all battle for the AFC South. Let's get to social media. We put out the cat signal earlier today. Here's the best we came up with. Question 1 from @MSB89904. What do you think is the best way to attack their defense this week? I'm killing them with crossers due to their depleted linebacker core.
Man, I think it's a little bit of both. I think the last game, Evan Ingram had a huge game. So I think you want to go back and see if they fix that issue in terms of being able to solve the tight end part of the offense. And then I think you still have to be balanced enough to not allow the Titans to be able to tee off and know when you're going to throw and when you're going to run. But this is the game where you just want to get the ball in the hands of your best players. This is one where you always got to think players, not plays. The ball needs to land in the hands of the Jaguars' best players, not necessarily the best play calls that Doug Peterson has to call on the call sheet.
Yeah, I think either Trevor or Press alluded to it today. This is a really good run defense without really having to sell out to do it. Travis Etienne did not have a great game up there, and Trevor Lawrence did. And you felt like it was because they were so good against the run that the Jaguars just kind of said, okay, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to do just enough to make sure that they have to respect it. I think it's a little similar with ETN as it was last week. I don't know that he's going to get a lot of. If he gets 100, I don't know that it's going to be 25 carries, 4 yards apiece. You would like to see him pop one or two, flip the field a little bit, get that established. But I think it'll be, a lot on the tight ends, a lot of the misdirection type passing they've been doing. That's their MO, and especially against the linebacker core that's struggling a little bit or injured a little bit.
Yeah, banged up a little bit. Next question, social media. We've got a couple today. This is at Shawvu16T. How effective will the pass rush and run defense be considering they have a practice squad quarterback and a top 5 running back?
Well, that has little to do with it. It has more to do with the offensive line. The offensive line for the Titans has struggled for the last half of the year. And so I think when you look at the favorable matchups, you want to take advantage of that. The guy that I would say that you need to watch this week for the Jaguars, Arden Key. Arden Key has been pretty big in spot in terms of being a disruptive player at the point of attack. I just remember being on the sideline that last game. He was beginning to have his way with their people at the point of attack. And so it's the guys up front, they have to be able to win. And so if they can cover them on the outside and then really commit to loading the box, it should be very, very difficult for the Tennessee Titans to move the ball. But remember this, Derrick Henry had over 100 yards, I think, in the first quarter and a half. Yeah, and the game didn't change until Shaq Quarterman hit him squarely in his chest. And so once again, someone is going to have to kind of get the party started with a big hit to slow down the big running back. Because if you slow him down, you pretty much bottle up their offense. But someone's going to have to be courageous. Someone's going to have to deliver a big shot.
Yeah, and that's such an interesting part of this game to me. This idea that, again, many observers have that the Titans are just struggling coming in, and they are. They've lost 6 straight, and that somehow they're outmanned everywhere. But then then even the 36-22 result sort of makes you think that if you didn't see it. Mm-hmm. But Henry ran all over him for a half, and he's still Derrick Henry. And it took an unusual amount of turnovers by that team for the Jaguars to get ahead and eventually take Derrick Henry out of the game. So, I think the first 2 or 3 series are really big. Is this team slowing Derrick Henry down? Are they making them not seem like a capable offense and then able to get away from them a little bit like they did last time? I think that's key. And even with the offensive line being beaten up, it is not a given. That is so the matchup that matters that it's hard to get beyond that matchup to me.
All right, social media questions are in. We're back with our final thoughts ahead of the winner-take-all Week 18 matchup, the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars coming up. And this is Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks on the Jaguars Digital Network.
You can step up to luxury now.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Whatever you're driving, you can step up to luxury now. Plus, get our Fields amenities, which include complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes.
Make this your year to step up to luxury at Fields Cadillac, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Land Rover, Jaguar, and Lexus. When it comes to the ultimate car buying experience, there's only one name that matters: Fields. And Fields matters because you matter. The Fields Auto Group, proud partners of your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Thinking about your favorite whiskey or whiskey-based cocktail for this weekend's party or tailgate? Us too. While you're out shopping for supplies, don't forget to pick up a bottle of the 2022 Jaguars whiskey available at most local Jacksonville liquor stores. Not leaving the couch this weekend? No problem. You can also order a bottle online at citrusdistillersonline.com. Every bottle is made locally here in Duval.
Reconnect with the best version of you at Amara Med Spa, Northeast Florida's premier luxury medical spa, located in Ponte Vedra, Town Center, Avondale, St. Augustine, and Fernandina. With the most advanced injectors, estheticians, and technology, Amara Med Spa is redefining beauty, offering services such as Botox and filler, Emsculpt Neo, painless laser hair removal, and advanced skincare treatments. Visit theamaramedspa.com and book a complimentary consultation today.
It's Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks on a Wednesday, and if you're ready to join the Jaguars 2023 season, ticket deposits are now open. And they're going fast. Secure your place in line to select the best seats at the best prices for next season. With flexible payment options and pricing for every budget, you don't have to miss out. So visit jaguars.com/tickets and place your deposit there, and you can be at the bank for every big play.
You have to miss out.
No, why would you miss out?
Why would you want to miss out?
Because no, get in now. Get on the bandwagon now because they're going quick. They're going, and just wait a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's a fun time to be a part of this.
It is. That's John Oehser. I'm JP Shadrick. Bucky Brooks is with us as well. It's Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks. We take a live look outside. There was a massive rainstorm that just came through downtown Jacksonville, apparently. We're in the cave in here, so we can't hear or see anything outside. So this is our only look all day outside.
Looks nice out there.
Well, it's cloudy. The sun's setting now, but apparently it was nasty about 20 minutes ago. But it's a live look at the Miller Electric Center. It will be open for business this summer ahead of training camp, is what we're told. The Jaguars will move into the facility and have all their practices there, the indoor there, of course, and we're looking forward to that. Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks is brought to you by Fields Auto Group Jacksonville. Step up to luxury, fieldsauto.com. Well, the Jaguars and the Titans.
I like that. I like that picture. I like the rendering. I really like seeing the updates of the new practice facility, and I'm just hopeful that there's a little spot for me somewhere in the office space over there. I'm not asking to be Russell Wilson, but just like a little corner office would be nice.
I thought your agent would have handled that before this season, but no.
But JP, I learned a long time ago. Sometimes you got to ask for what you want. So I'm just saying, sometimes you just got to put it out there in the universe that it would be nice to have like a little corner office with like nice desk and big old monitor to watch some tape and stuff like that, so I can, feel even more connected.
A little corner office. Okay, no big deal. Just corner office.
Kind of like John. Oehser has a nice little office there, or whatever. I would like a window, like a little window to see. But yeah, something like that.
Kind of like John's now. It's in a corner in a little dungeon.
I do have a little corner. I would not say I have an office, but I have a little corner.
Wow. The Jaguars-Titans matchup this Saturday night, presented by Johnson & Johnson Vision, the makers of AccuView brand contact lenses, providing healthy sight for life, proudly based in Jacksonville. Visit jjvision.com. The winner takes it all. The scene will be electric. Bucky, do they handle the moment?
Yeah, I think they handle the moment. I think it may start out a little rocky because the nerves will be a big part of it. It's a big game. It's a big game for a big, young team. But I think they're going to play well. I think this is a team that has learned how to expect to win when they walk out on the field. They're the better team, and I think they always have to understand that it really comes down to, can they bottle up Derrick Henry? That has to be the emphasis. That has to be the defensive emphasis. If they take care of that part and they avoid the turnover, they'll beat them, and they'll beat them pretty soundly.
Yeah, I if you assume that they stop Derrick Henry, I'm with Bucky. I think they win, and I'm not sure that the Titans have any answers in that situation. And I think it's mostly because of injuries. It's their situation. I think the Titans are going to be good. They're going to be fine moving forward. But in this situation, if they stop Henry, boy, you ought to win the game. I mean, I think it's as simple as that.
We'll see. The Titans, of course, have won the last two AFC South titles. The Jaguars are trying to win their fifth consecutive game, and the last time they did that in a single season was back in 2005. Also the same year, the last time the Jaguars swept the season series against Tennessee. Looking to do that this Saturday night. Bucky, travel safe. We'll see you here at the bank under the lights in prime time.
Hey, man, looking forward to it.
Bucky Brooks, John Oehser, Joe Fortunato, Brent Reber, our entire crew. Max Hockman cut some sound for us today. I'm JP Shadrick. We'll catch you next time. It's Huddle Up with Bucky Brooks.